Test. All right. Good. Just making sure. Okay, let's make sure we don't miss anybody. Just one sec. Oh, snap. Okay, hold on. I'm making sure everybody can join us. One sec. What was that? Okay. There, everybody's locked in now. Okay, we'll do it this way. There we go. Okay, now it's working. Okay, good. Okay, so 9:45, 10 o'clock, 10 o'clock news. Be careful, trading, all that jazz. All that good stuff. Let me get my other mic. Hold on. I don't like this. There we go. All right, here we go. Good morning. Morning, Infinity. Morning, Sahida. Welcome. Make sure you have your accounts ready. Demo, live, or funded accounts, whatever you're using. We're just going to get things rolling now. Always live. I like that. Always live. Can you guys hear the music? I know it's like kind of background-ish music. I'm not at my usual setup. I'm not at home. I won't be home till the 11th. Doing these lives until the 12th. So I'll be back home doing these on the 12th. So I'm trying to work with what I can over here. Faintly? Okay. Let me try this. Like you won't hear it clearly because I have it playing off of my iPad. If you can hear something kind of background, then okay, cool. When I'm back home, then it'll be better. Okay, thank you. So no different than the last few days. I'm still very bullish on gold. Okay, meaning I'm looking for more buys than sells. So I'm favoring buys, not sells. That doesn't mean we can't take sells, but if we're going to take sells, they have to be worth the risk. Sells are more risky right now. If we're going to take one, we'll go for the risk. That was only 4 minutes. I'm not doing only 4-minute videos. If we're going to do sells, it has to be worth the risk. Makes sense? Yes? Okay, good. So we're looking for mainly buys, but we won't discredit sells. It just has to be worth it. I would go with... Damn, we're in a tricky place. Tricky, tricky, tricky. Okay, let's check that out. Broke through. No, I don't like this. No, sir, I don't like it. Just remember, especially for my new people, you're always better off playing it safer safer than riskier. So what I'm doing right now is I didn't really like what I was looking at. It was okay, but I was not too overly confident in it. So I would rather play it safer. Even if it means that I miss it. I'd rather miss a trade than blow a trade. So like, what's better, losing money or not losing money? Not losing money, obviously. Yeah, exactly. And it does suck. So for my inexperienced people, it sucks when you see that it just misses your spot and then takes off. Yeah, exactly. It's better to learn on the sideline than to lose money. Absolutely. This up here would be my sell. So I'm not worried about sell zone. This would be my sell. It's just the buy that I'm trying to figure out. That I'm trying to narrow down. Tapped in, up, through. Okay. Yeah, I'll play it safe there. We'll play it safe right there. Market opens in 3 minutes. There's news at 9:45 and at 10. High impacts at 10. So hold on to your hats. Yes, don't worry. I see your messages. Hold on. Am I looking for any trades before 10? So I'm always hoping for trades to happen before 10. But I'm never rushing or trying to find a trade to happen before 10, if that makes sense. So I would love for the trades to happen, the sooner the better. But we don't control how the market moves, how fast it moves, how volatile it is. So we just look for our executive zones and we wait for it to hit. So if you notice, on these morning sessions, I'll look for entries that are not too far from where we are, so they can have some time to like get in there, and then we can get in and get out. And that's why sometimes you'll see on my chart a scalp zone and then a long-term trade. The long-term trade would be one where I'm waiting for it to play out long-term, and then we can have it ride for maybe even a day or for a few hours. So here we have our zones. The sell zone will have a very small risk, and the buy, it is what it is. Could we refine the, yeah, I mean, I guess we could. If you want to play it safe there. And then now you've activated my trap card, and my OCD is reactivated. Okay. There. So it's like 30, it's about like 40 pip risk. So for my new people, on the sell, you see at the top, SL. On the buy, the bottom, you see SL. That's not there for nothing. That's for all of you. That's stop loss. Remember, set a stop loss. When you enter the trade, just hit the buy or hit the sell. Okay, when it enters the zone, you make the decision. Are you going in aggressive or are you going in modest? Aggressive is high risk, or higher risk, I should say. It's higher risk, or be patient and wait for it to hit modest. If you're waiting for modest and it never hits it, it just hits aggressive like this. This is a reminder for my new people. Let's say we're going in for the buy. It's starting to come down and it hits aggressive, and you're waiting for modest. That means you're waiting for it to hit modest, and then you enter the trade, you enter the buy in hopes that it goes up to make profit. That's what you're waiting to do if you're waiting for the modest. If this happens where you're waiting for modest, price is coming down, it touches aggressive, so you didn't enter yet because you're waiting for modest, then it goes up, you accept that you missed the trade. Okay, you don't jump in, you don't try to say I missed it, I want to go catch some money. You walk away with zero. You accept that. Okay, that is your trading plan. I'm waiting for modest price. And if you missed it, you missed it. For the aggressive people, if it comes down and hits aggressive, okay, maybe it goes a little bit up. Now your ego's up. Then it starts to come down. You're going to be in the losses for my new people. It's going to be in the losses. This is where my modest people now get in. You've accepted, if you enter aggressive, you're accepting all of this risk. Okay? This is why there's a stop loss. You're accepting all of this risk if you're getting in aggressive. That's okay. It's part of the game. My modest people are accepting half the risk. You understand? Neither one is right nor wrong. It's whatever you decide. So you buy when price is low. So in this case, let me have this open here. In this case, we're waiting for price to drop, and then we're going to enter a buy. So you could say that I'm going to get canceled with that drawing over there. So you could say that we're waiting for price to drop, and then yeah, we're waiting for it to go lower so we can enter a buy, so it can come up. On the opposite end, does that answer your question? Before I go on the opposite end. This music sucks. On the opposite end, what if we're waiting for a sell? So this is where the price is right now. Every day, it's always some kind of detergent, deodorant, or travel. Deodorant cream. Deodorant cream and Bounty. Sorry, shiny object. So on the opposite end, if we're waiting for the sell, I do like to be fresh. I do. And you know I do. So if we're waiting for the sell, it's the opposite. Okay, so we're waiting for price to go up. And why that makes sense is if things get too expensive, people don't want it. So they get rid of it. So if it comes up, what did I just do? Okay, so if price comes up, let's go to the 5. We want the price to go higher. Okay? Now for my aggressive people, this is the exact same thing, just on the opposite. My aggressive people are waiting for price to just touch it. And the moment it touches the aggressive, you hit the sell. You don't think, you just hit it. And whether it's a buy or a sell, when you just enter the trade and then adjust your stop loss. Okay, you want to get in and then right away go in, modify the trade, and put in your stop loss. Okay, you want to secure your risk, but make sure you get in because you won't be fast enough otherwise. So you hit the buy, you hit the sell. Once your trade is activated, then you modify your stop loss. Cool. So for the sell people, on the aggressive, you hit the sell, you're waiting for price to come back down to make money. All right? Aggressive, you are accepting all of this risk. That's what you're accepting. Okay, win or lose, you went in with the plan that I accept this risk. Okay, it'll be anywhere from 20-ish to 30 pips, depending on how quick you are, which is not a bad risk. Do you have any click trade enabled? And if so, do you drop your stop loss? Yeah, exactly. So I have it. I have the one click. So I have it set so I just tap it and it automatically triggers a trade. On your MetaTrader, if you don't know how to get there, for my people on demo, when you go to your chart, I don't know if you can see it here. When you go to your chart, you want to hit this top blue one. Let me make a demo quick for you guys. So up here, top right, it's like a little red and blue something. You press it, and then the trade is going to come up. Buy or sell. If you've never touched this before, do it now. Press it, and then this agreement is going to come up. Hit I accept. Accept. Now it's ready for one click. Okay? You can do it that way, or go to your quotes, press and hold the trade, hit trade, and just be ready on this screen. This is what you want to be ready on. You don't need to be looking at a chart on your phone. Okay? The chart is up here. If you're watching from YouTube, then you should have a TradingView chart open, because there's like a delay between what I'm saying on YouTube and by the time you receive it. It's anywhere from 8 to 22 seconds delay. So if I say buy, not buy, if I say buy, yeah, the top right there. On the top right, that red and blue, whatever that is, looks like a chain. Press that, and then it'll come up instantly. The one on the very right. Okay, hit the one on the very right. You'll see it automatically come up. Sell, buy, and then the lot size in the middle. Press either one, buy or sell, doesn't matter, for your first time, so that the agreement can come up. Go down, accept, and then it's good to go. Send a screenshot once you have that. 9:41, news in 4 minutes. Where's everybody tuning in from? I know we have some people here from the group and some people here from YouTube world. If you're here from YouTube land, say hi. Where are you from? Japan. Yeah. I don't think I saw much footage from you in Japan. Okay, so while you send that screenshot, to finish that off, aggressive people accept this risk. Modest people are waiting for this entry, and they are accepting this risk. Same thing. If you're waiting for modest, you're waiting for this price. And if the price comes up, hits aggressive, and takes off, you don't enter. All right, thanks Infinity for joining us. See you in the chats. Appreciate it. Have an awesome rest of your day. Before you go, let's see how Euro USD did. Okay, it's okay. It's there. All right, thanks for joining us. Have an awesome day. So now the commercial is TD Investing. It knows that I'm paying too much attention to it.
Working with my clients has never been this easy.
Dropbox.
The file request feature allows you to easily request content.
Oh, sorry. I read I got a dip. I don't know why. I don't know why I read that. And now I'm seeing that you wrote I gotta dig it up. And I'm thinking, how the heck did I see that? Yeah, no, you obviously wrote everything right. I don't even know how I misread that. I even just read 2 turbine. You know what? I'm gonna have to start drinking coffee on these things because maybe it's the lights. Maybe it's the ring light. It's frying my brains. Yeah. Too urban. Thanks. Am I losing my tan? My barbecue pass is still good, brother. News in 1 minute. I'm gonna have to find good background music that I can play so then I can take the commercials off. That's the one thing I dislike with YouTube is you have to be careful with the music so you don't get copyright strikes. Like, it's not like I'm looking to monetize this live or like the recording of it, but then I believe it holds back the algorithm. Let's try this. Sahida, did you get it? The one tap? Send the screenshot. Oh, okay. It's okay if you missed part of it. No worries. Tell her to join us. Drop a screenshot of the YouTube. Drop a screenshot of the YouTube, of you guys on the YouTube in the chat. Show everybody that they're missing out. Because yesterday it was an open invitation for people in the chat. And I'm telling you right now, people missed out on some good change. Yeah, this is going to get me copyright strike for sure. With lyrics. Nice try. Nice try, Diddy. Nice try, Diddy, indeed. Okay, Japan Cafe vibe. Oh no, I don't know if that'll get me a strike. Here's a jazzy mix. Let's see how this goes. Drop a screenshot of the YouTube. Drop a screenshot of the YouTube and share it in the chat. Let them know that they're missing out. News dropped 3 minutes ago. High impact news coming soon. So look, the news just happened right here. See, news hit. News hit and it moved the market. Now it's testing this trend line and we'll see what it wants to do. If it breaks through and closes, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I'm famous. If it breaks through and closes below this trend line, then it'll just push down. because it's going to be basically testing this support. But if it bounces off, it has to close above this trend line to push up. So right now, it's in what's called a consolidation. So for my new people, consolidation means, let's say the market has two levels, a support and resistance. So a floor and a ceiling, just like wherever you're at now. All right. Thank you for dropping the screenshots. Give everybody that FOMO, fear of missing out. So you have, just like where you're at now, unless you are in suspended animation or in the astral plane, right now you have a floor and a ceiling, right? Wherever you're at. And if price goes in between the floor and the ceiling and just kind of like bounces off itself, just goes up, down, and stays within this range, this is what's called consolidation. The market only goes three ways. Okay? It can go sideways, which is consolidation. That's this. This is consolidation. It can go up or down. That's it. There's no other way for it to go. So from here, if we look back, the market was in a consolidation here. It was consolidating, came up, broke, tested this area, came back down. So it made a new ceiling. And what used to be the ceiling, this was a ceiling. It broke the ceiling, came up, made a new ceiling, and its previous ceiling is the floor. So it went from the ground floor, broke up, now it's on the second floor, and then now it has a new floor. It broke through the floor, went back down to the ground floor. So now it has its old ceiling and its old floor. And that's where we are. So we are right now, let's say on the ground floor. So we're back on the ground floor. What we're looking for is to see, are we staying on the ground floor? Are we going to break through and go on to the second floor and maybe look for a third floor? So break that ceiling and then look for maybe a fourth floor or a high third floor. Maybe this is the penthouse. And then the same on the opposite. Ground floor. If it breaks through this ground floor, then we're looking for the basement. Where's the floor of the basement? If we break through the basement, are we going to get to underground tunnels? Are we going to get to hollow earth? Where are we going to go? And for my new people, they get triggered. Yes, I throw sprinkles of controversial things because it triggers people. Yes, it's deliberate. It triggers them and also creates conversation at the same time with some of the things that I say that you don't catch. It's to help you on your awakening journey. You can thank me later. Think of it like sprinkling a little bit of star seeds in everybody. Only a few of you caught that. My star seeds caught that. So news at 10. 6 minutes. So someone asked me, what if we don't enter a trade this morning? So what if we don't enter a trade this morning? Then we don't enter a trade this morning. It's that simple. Does it suck? Sure. But this is where, if we end the live, and it happens from time to time, obviously we end the live eventually, but from time to time, it happens where maybe during the session, we don't enter the trade. Okay. The trade is still valid. So this means you just have to watch it and pay attention. Set an alarm if you have to. Because a trade might happen at 1 p.m. Yeah. So please elaborate what you mean. Because I could say, yeah, exactly. Like, yes, learn first. I know, I agree. But please elaborate. Because I understand what you're saying, but maybe somebody else can gather value from that also. I don't think it's a question. I don't think it's a question whether I am or not at this point. I think you already know the answer. Whether I am or I'm not a starseed. And probably one of the oldest mischievous starseeds. Mischievous in a good way. I'm curious how overlapping trading sessions increases volatility when it's different markets. Let me see if I can make a good example. While Sahida shares with everybody the insight as to why it's good to be learning first. Okay, how about this? In the morning, if you're driving into the city for work, there's two people. People driving out of the city to work and people driving into the city to work. Which one has more traffic? Let's see if this example works. Or no, actually that won't work. Okay. So going into the city has more traffic. I'm gonna see if my initial thought works. Okay, and if it doesn't, then we'll scrap this whole example. So the city is like its own market, and the city is has a lot of traffic. So going into the city has more traffic. It's more volatile. During rush hour, where it's time for everybody to go home, this is where all the markets in the city kind of jumble up. So there's more traffic, right? There's a lot more moving, like there's a lot more people there, and it's congested. So if that makes any sense, before I confuse myself, with the markets overlapping, there's more traffic, there's more people, there's more orders, right? There's more traffic jams, there's more people trying to buy and sell, big orders, small orders, everything's happening all together. Let's say in the evening, the same intersections in that city, they don't have much traffic. Not much is going on. So when rush hour passes, when the morning traffic, the morning rush is over, there's like nothing really happening. You can get around a lot smoother. That's great for cars, but for you as a trader, you don't have that same smoothness with the movement. That's the only difference there. So with the markets overlapping, you have New York or North America, everybody's awake. All the, the big companies, everything is awake. You have all this volume. And then plus you have the volume of London. So you could say double the volume. You have two markets worth of volatility being able to pump trades so the movement can be more influenced. Whereas when you have less volatility, the likeliness of orders and stuff being pushed in, or large orders, is going to be less likely, because the big banks, they don't want to lose their money. The big whales don't want to lose their money. So if there's not a lot of money in the market, it's too risky for them to have it there, because they might have an order of in the billions, but if there isn't a lot of volatility, that order might not go through right away. And if it takes longer, it could screw up their entry price. So I realize every time I do a session, I understand, maybe not completely, but more than the last session. I'm glad to hear that. And practice makes perfect. So learn and know how to trade, including the terminology, before you put in actual money down. Yes, absolutely. Totally agree with you. Knowledge is power. Yes. Just like being a salesman, you can't be a good salesman unless you know your product inside and out. Yes. Yes, but yes, or yes, and in this case, you don't have to know it in and out, because you're in a group of people that do know it, and you can learn, work, and earn together. So the parts that are missing for you as you're learning, you can kind of pick up or tag along with the rest of the group. Whereas if you were to do it alone, absolutely learn it inside and out before real money. So you can see the price action. The news just dropped 2 minutes ago. So the news just started as of here. News dropped, moved the market. It's testing the trend line. Let's see what happens. So he's trying to break through. It's looking for more liquidity. It's going to test off this area here. This is what I was talking about earlier. If you're trading one session, look. It's going in. Yes. If you're trading one session, look at it like it's its own lane. Yes. Yes. And thank you for sharing that in the chat, by the way. Because we all get excited at first, and I could tell people until my face is blue, but they think that when it comes from me, they just think I'm a broken record. But when other people share it that are going through the same thing, it just hits different. Watching the trade here where it's at, this is an example of psychology, because earlier, this is where my first buy zone was before I moved it. And I said, I'm not really liking it. I'm going to play it safer. And I moved it from here, all the way down to here. This is where the psychology kicks in. Because then what do you think is going through my mind right now? The same thing that goes through your mind, which is, oh well, that was my original plan. So let me get in now so I don't miss my original thing. You have to take the L because that's not the plan right now, and you have to accept it. And that part is difficult because now it's all psychological. And for my people that are into meditation and spirituality and inner work and self work, when you really start to learn charts and trading and stuff, all it really is self work and inner work. That's all it is. You start to see all of your egos come up. You start to see all of your traumas come up, all of your bad habits come up, and everything gets exposed to the surface. So it's like a modern day like gnosis training. That's how I look at it. Because what are we trading? We're trading energy on the markets, right? We're trading current. It's just energy. The person with the most controlled, focused energy is the one that walks away with the most money. So while we have other people in the markets right now that are getting excited, that are trying to make a quick buck, that are gambling, that are doing all these crazy things, feeding their egos, they're losing all this energy. Then the one that can stay there centered, focused, and can wait while all these things come up internally, just like meditation, all the chatter of the mind, the one that can sit there focused can catch the fish. You have to be in the flow state. Exactly. That's why being in, I like the way you put that. That's perfect. You have to be in the flow state and just let it happen. Being in these group settings makes it that much better because you're not going in alone. We can have the conversation, we can chit chat. If you're feeling like, oh, I want to get in, then you can share that. Energy is everything, even us. Exactly. We are energy. Right? So all the energy that you put into this will pay off. All the energy that you contain and you control will pay off, and it'll compound also. On the charts, if you look, it's respecting the trend line. It broke through, and now if it doesn't retest it, like if it doesn't come back up, and like test it here, it's coming down. So now, what do you think is going through my mind now about good thing I didn't enter that trade? And all these things will come up. If the trade starts to go back up and then it's like, in the bullish side, the opposite side of my thoughts are going to come back in. Oh no, maybe I should have got back in. Right? So all these things will play tricks on you. And the goal is to be almost like a robot. I know I sound kind of like a robot, but be kind of like a robot, be emotionless, and you just focus. What was the plan when we sat down today? This is the plan. So we just look to follow that plan. That's simple. And if you can do just that, you will succeed. Teaching you patience. Yeah, good. I'm glad it's teaching you patience. It took me a long time. Like in real life, I'm a super patient person. Okay, I'm super patient. I can be impatient, but I'm super patient. But when I got to the charts, I realized I wasn't as patient as I thought. Then it brought that out to the surface. And and for myself, I also found that doing these sessions as a group holds me accountable because I can't, like, if I'm by myself, no one's watching whether I enter or don't enter, whether I do something stupid or not. No one's watching. So, I'm not on display. But by being here on display in the spotlight, I'm holding myself accountable because how authentic would it be if I'm telling you to wait? I'm saying that we're going to enter at this price, and then I'm entering like now, like let's say I entered here when I'm telling everybody to enter here. And then let's say the price comes up over here and I made money. Good for me. And all of you made nothing because you're all waiting for here because that's what I said, let's say. And we were all doing this together. Then that would be lack of integrity. And that's not my style. So if you dig that, that also helps. So even and I've had people that have thanked me for having this group because it helps them also be patient because then we're all patient, or we try to be patient, and we're all waiting for the same thing. So if we walk away with nothing for the day, let's say, from time to time it happens. If we walk away with nothing, it's we walked away with nothing. It's not just you, it's not just me, it's all of us. Because I want to start investing, but I also know I have to learn first. Yeah, absolutely. So the think of it like learning a new language. So all of this is a new language. It's easy, and there's nothing wrong with the ambition of, hey, I want to put in some money and grow it. That's totally okay. If anything, that's the right mindset, right? I want to put my money in and I want to see it grow. That's a fundamental way of thinking. There's nothing wrong with that. But once you start to see it and pay attention and start to have a better understanding, then you have that realization that you had. Because you have common sense, which is good. Most people don't. And so at least you have the common sense to be like, hey, you know what? I'm smart enough to know that maybe I should take an extra step before putting that money in. Others end up learning the hard way, just despite my advice, right? Because what was my response to you when you said that? I said, you could do that. That's up to you. That is your decision. It is not my spiritual responsibility to tell you what lessons you should and shouldn't learn. And that's a hard pill to swallow for some people. Unless you ask me, unless someone asks me what I think they should do, I'll tell them what I think. But if I'm not asked what I think they should do, then it's totally up to them. See the price? What do you think is going through my mind? I'll tell you what I saw. So when the price was here, price was up here, what I saw was this. It was exactly this right here. This was exactly my initial buy zone. To here. Okay, it was those two. I'll show you what I saw. I'll make this yellow. This is, we are not entering here, just showing. Someone asked me what I saw. So I was looking that this had, when this broke up here, it tested this zone initially, came up, down, retested, bounced up, kept disrespecting this zone, came up, broke through, and it disrespected the zone, and it was due for a retest from here. Well, technically from here. That's what I was looking at. Then when I went into the 4 hours, what I didn't like was that it was disrespected twice with this candle and this candle. I didn't like that. So I thought it's possible that it could be disrespected again and then come down and touch here. So I was just playing it safe. Woulda, shoulda, coulda. Let's say if I had left it, this would have been the trade that had played out. It would have looked like this. It was at 25.09. Yeah. This is what the trade would have looked like. And if we missed it, we missed it. Because what does that say to me also, right, in these circumstances? Because in this case, let's say if it would have been like this. This could have been the scalp. This could have been the scalp. And then this could have been the long term. I'm not changing anything. I'm still sticking to everything as it is. But what this says to me is, number one, good job for playing it safe. Number two, to trust my initial analysis. But like I said at the beginning, and this is one of the first things I said, was you're always better off playing it extra safe than not doing so. Right? So does it suck watching this right now? Sure. It could totally change. Right? The latest we stay on the Zoom is till 11. If things don't play out, it's just how it goes. But never let this get into your head. And it will get into your head. Like it's obviously in my mind. I'm not going to lie. But over time I've learned to not let it get to me. Because I was always thinking, I missed it for today. That could have been X amount. I would have entered the aggressive and the modest, and then look at how much it's gone up. It's X amount of pips. X amount of pips times this lot size is this much money. And if I would have broken the trade into two, then this would be up. I would have been out by now. And all these things start to go through your mind. $25.06. So the one of the traders that I learned from, his buy zone is here. 25.06, 25.04. This is his buy zone. I'll make this purple. This is his buy zone. 2506.50. This is the trader that I learned to mark my charts from. 2504. This is his. This guy's, tens of millions of dollars trader. This is one of the main people that I learned from. This is his buy zone, okay? And the reason I'm sharing this is because this guy is on he's in like magazines and whatever. This guy's top trader. I don't know how else to put it. Top trader. He's an expert. Okay, I'm not an expert yet, and he's experiencing the same thing, probably worse. Him and his group, because it just missed it and took off. If anything, for me, I'm feeling a little bit more confident, a little bit more gassed, because my initial analysis was more spot on than his. Just saying. But I learned from him, so I'm not trying to downplay nothing. I saw you have stop loss on your charts. Can you set a limit on your chart manually? I was about to hit buy. No, don't hit buy. So you can enter what are called limit orders. Yes, you can do that. For my people that have no clue what a limit order is, basically it's like saying, hey, when I'm going to walk away from the computer, or I'm not fast enough to respond, when price hits this price, I want it to be a sell, or I want it to be a buy, and I want it to enter automatically. You can do that. So let's say, and whatever you do, it's always take responsibility. So here's the thing with that. For myself, typically, I no longer use limit orders. This is just me. It's very rare for me to use a limit order. Nothing against it. Based off of how I'm trading and the style of trading that I'm doing, I need to be watching. Because if let's say the candle starts to shoot up, starts to go up, let's make it green. Let's say it starts to come up. Right now, this is what we want. We want the candle to come up if it's up here. Let me erase this so nobody accidentally buys. It starts to come up. We want it to be up here. Your limit order, let's say it's set to here. Okay. Let's say your limit order is set here. You're going for the aggressive, okay? The price is coming up. And remember, price will do whatever it wants to do. If I have the exact area marked. Which area did you have marked? The one that I had set out, or the one that the trader had set up? So if it comes up, price comes up, it'll do whatever it wants to do. It hits this price, it activates your limit order. That's what you wanted. You wanted it to activate a sell limit. So it can activate, and this is what you're hoping to happen. Cool. But when you start to learn the candles, market structure, trend lines, and stuff like this, you have to be there. Because what if it comes up, activates your order, but it's not done? Like you don't have confirmation to enter yet, just because it hit. Maybe you were waiting for modest, and it just keeps. If you set a limit order with this style of trading, you accept that fate. That's okay too. There's nothing wrong with that, as long as you accept that. You get what I'm saying? So it's all on your style. If you're going to do that, that's okay. For myself, I no longer do that because I'd rather be paying attention. From time to time, I might set an alarm. TradingView allows you to do that. I'll show you that in a sec. And also for my own peace of mind, because I found myself consistently looking at the charts. So like, let's say the trade didn't hit for our morning session. Okay, so let's say it's 11 o'clock. I don't trade past 11. Like I'm not in front of the computer past 11. So at 11, win, lose, no trade, I'm out. And when I would set an order and walk away, where do you think my mind actually is? You're welcome. If I go to the gym, and here's where the meditation part kicks in again, okay? My star seeds will get this. If I'm at the gym trying to focus on working out, what am I actually thinking about? Did my order activate? Yes? No? What's the price at? Open it. Okay, nothing. Back to my workout. 5 minutes later, maybe now, maybe now, maybe now. Then when it does activate, I'm not watching the charts, so I don't know if the structure of the market has changed. I can't see that. Even if I'm looking at TradingView on my phone, even though I'm looking at the same app on my phone, I can't zoom out the same. I don't have that same control. Your mind will start to see it differently on your phone versus on a bigger screen. I mean, if you don't, good for you. But then now I'm no longer grounded and I'm no longer in the present with whatever I'm doing, which is not good for your mind, for your spirit, for your psychology. It's not good at all. You end up being more stressed, whether you realize it or not, going about the rest of your day. Again, that doesn't mean that it's wrong, but just understand, if you're going to do it, just accept that you set it and you forget it. So if you're going to do it, you set the order, make sure your stop loss is there and your take profit, and don't even bother looking at it if you can. You've accepted one of two outcomes where you are not touching anything. It hits your stop loss or it hits your take profit. You'll find out later. Yeah, exactly. Trust me, there's a lot of spirituality here, and it is detachment. It's I never thought of putting it that way, but that's perfect way of putting it. Detachment. And like I was saying before, you start to see all these things come up. It's like, is this a gambling addiction? Because I didn't realize I had a gambling addiction. I swear I didn't have a gambling addiction. Yeah, you have to be in the present moment. And you start to catch all of these little things. And the more the more you're into like inner work, self work, shadow work, spirituality, meditation, psyche, chatter of the mind, astral projection, all these things, the more you're into that and you start to get into this, you start to see how this is like the everyday person's spirituality training on hardcore. Because like if you master here, you're mastering your inner work also. That's all we're doing. We're just we're just looking we're looking to bring up to the surface what our problems are. And that's really what spirituality is. If you've ever been on a spiritual awakening, you know that it's not a walk in the park. It's your whole life falling apart. So if you're ready for an advanced level of spiritual awakening and ready to have your life fall apart, then welcome to trading. Which is why being part of a community is so good, because then you don't have to crash and burn all of your savings, and you can avoid that part. Okay, I already did that part. I did that part for you. So how about you not do that? Yes. I'm going to warn you right now, especially if you're new. You're going to lose money. I was telling you up front. Even like your ego is going to kick in, your greed is going to kick in. You're going to watch a bunch of us make money while you're not making money. And you're going to ask me why. And I have a few people that send me their trades every day, win or lose, they can't escape it. I make them send me their trades. Why do I do this? Because I can read their it's like astrology. I can read their chart. So I can see everything that they did. They can't hide it. And I'm able to tell them, I can see it. You were gambling. You were over leveraging. You were chasing trades. You were revenge trading, right? Clearly, you got too crazy. You lost some money. You tried to jump back in. You got in too early. I can see everything. Because if they didn't enter at this price for a buy, and they entered up here, and then they're in the loss, what am I going to ask them? What the hell were you doing? Who told you to buy up here? I didn't. Oh, well, I thought. You're not experienced enough to think. And that's the truth. I wish somebody told me that, because I used to say that. Oh, I think it's going to go up. I don't know what the hell I'm looking at. Things I learned today besides trading are patience, detachment, present moment, mindset, discernment. Thank you for being you. Oh, I like that. Thank you. Thank you for that. That made my day. Thank you. These are things that, and I'm glad you're here, because these are things that, I could write a bunch of things to update people, on Telegram and whatever, but like you have to be there. It's one of those things where it's like you had to be there. Imagine trying to explain this session. Imagine myself as like one of the admin people of the group trying to explain this session. We had a great session today. We caught or whatever. They just think I'm hyping things up. And to some degree, sure, yeah, of course. Of course, I'm trying to get people excited. I'm trying to show them that they did miss out, that there was things that were there. But coming from me, it's not the same. So I'm glad that you're sharing that. So thank you. Makes these groups makes the day worth it. And we get to hang out. We get to hang out, and that's the whole point, looking to have a bigger local group. We have groups. We have a large international group Rosanna has a huge group in Europe, but we don't have a big group in our own home city. So here it's like we don't exist, funny enough. And so that's what we're looking to do. Plus, to make 25 new profitable traders by 2025. Yes, I know, Sahida. You're going to be one of them. And that's the goal. That's the goal, which means, the end of the year is coming up very close. So I'm going to have to ramp up my efforts. You're going to see me talk a lot more about it on social media, mainly TikTok. But I can't do that till I'm home. With what I want to do, I need to be at home. I said this yesterday. Thank you for pointing it out. I said this yesterday with the trend lines. So as you can see, the price has been respecting these trend lines that I drew. Came up, tested it, came down, tested it, broke through, came back up, tested it, rode it for a bit, came down, tested it, came down, broke down. And remember I said if it breaks through, it'll go all the way down, or it'll retest it. Came back up, retested it. What did it go for? It went up to the next trend line, and now it's testing it here. Yes, let's go. Sahida's next. So this is what I was saying yesterday. Just because we do this, oh, where'd it go? Just because we draw trend lines. Just because we put these lines on the chart, the area I Italy marked is the same. It was nice. What does that have to do with Italy? I'm just trolling you. So just because we put trend lines, and buy zones and sell zones and all this stuff, the market doesn't give a crap about any of that. These are imaginary lines. They only mean something to who? To us. That's it. They are good visual representations that we can use. It's like looking for patterns. Autocorrect got me, my bad. I'm guessing you meant to put the area you and I marked is the same. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. Told you, I was trolling you. So the market doesn't give a crap about whatever lines are there. Usually they are good guides. If you start to see these things, they're just good visual points because sometimes they do help as like an extra confirmation if you start to see a pattern, right? So where the market bounced. Yeah. No, I know what we're talking about now. So these trend lines help. to break it down, what is a trend line? Not a trend. We're not talking about trend. So we're not talking about, steroids. We're not talking about, anyways, I'm not going to get myself canceled. So by zooming out on gold, this is the overall trend, TREND. I'll put in TREND. The trend is overall up. So we are following the trend. It's a bullish trend going up. Okay, the market over the course of days, each candlestick in this time frame is a day. It's going upward. Price has been going up. That's the trend. So we're looking to spot the trend. That's what this one is. Why did I put it here? When you set a trend line, you're hoping to have at least 3 spots where it bounces off of. So if I were to put it here, this would be, you could argue that this is 2. I just looked at it as 1. Here's 2. Someone might say this is 1, and it came up and then tested it again. That's 2. Then this is 3. I'm just keeping it here because I know that there's 1 here, 2, 3, 4, and we're at 5. So to me, it's a stronger trend line. That's why I kept that one. Okay. That's the main trend line. On the 4 hours, you don't have to do trend lines. Some traders, like the trader that taught me, his chart is totally clean. He only puts 2 lines. This is where we're buying. This range. That's it. So like if he were to look at my chart, he'd be like, Edwin, what the hell? What did I teach you? But this is what helps me as visuals. And this is me. And this is him in terms of experience and credibility and all that stuff. So when I get there, then I'll start erasing things off my chart. This is just helping me as like visuals. Help me with my own confirmations. This trend line that I put here was because I saw this happening. And it starts to get crazy. I don't want to confuse you guys. Don't start drawing a bunch of trend lines. The only one that really matters is this one. If you guys are going to practice, zoom out to the day time frame and mark out the main trend line. That's all you need to worry about. Don't worry about a whole bunch of different things. Okay? If you're going to mark out a trend line, just mark one trend line. Coolio, yes. Exactly. Now we got a fake medical professional that pretends to be from Brazil here. This guy, all he does is waste his time on all our channels. He watches all our videos and comments. I don't understand how a fake medical professional has so much time on his hands. All the way from, Massachusetts, wherever he's from. I don't know. I don't get it. Exactly. So, but here he is. So that's all we're doing with the trend lines. Just focus on the day one if you're just starting out. If you're just practicing, you don't have to worry about too many trend lines. And then just be patient, and then away you go. There, put him on a timeout. So 15 minutes. 15 minutes and we'll see what happens. Whether it's a buy or a sell, we'll see. Buy, sell, or nothing. We'll see. I think there was another piece coming out. 10:30. I don't think this will really do much, to be honest. Sometimes natural gas and oil move things, mainly oil. Doesn't seem to be high impact news. It's just orange. We never know. We'll see. The shirt, it's nothing fancy. When I was doing my apprenticeship for construction, I got this shirt at the training center that we were doing. So this is, to me, this is like a vintage shirt, and sometimes I wear it as like a, I guess you could say like a keepsake. So it reminds me of the work that I put in, because that would, like, this shirt is old. It's not a fancy shirt, not expensive by any means. It's an old shirt. I got this in 2008. This shirt, and no one in the union had it except for our group, because there was like an old house on the property, and they had union logo training center shirts hidden in this house, and we were asked to go into the house to go look for something, and then our instructor found these shirts and then he gave it to us. So these were like even older than that time. So it's like no one had them. So I always like saved it, and from time to time I'll wear it. So to me, it's like reminding myself of all the work that I put in construction, which is why I wear it. So it's not a fancy shirt by any means. It says Ambercroft Laborers 506 Training Center. So it's an old shirt, means nothing to anyone, but it's like, it's my own memory, right? It's my own trophy. That's the word I'm looking for. Trophy, my own trophy. And then the hat, I mean, this is my trading hat. Anyone that knows me in person, you never see me with a hat, ever. So when you see me here, you see me with the hat. It says Bitcoin.com. I'm not endorsing Bitcoin. I'm not sponsoring or endorsing any crypto projects or anything like that. Always do your own research with whatever you buy. But I just like the hat. It relates to what we're doing, so I wear it. All right, we can look at Bitcoin, since you asked. We'll look at Euro USD. Brothers and Kings hat. Yes. I'm open to sponsorships, yes. Open to sponsorships anytime. I have a hat with my logo. What do you mind if I ask what your areas are on Euro USD? You're looking to enter it where it is now? let's see. Oh, right. Now I'm doing two things at once. Bitcoin. Oops. Oh, okay. Blaming it on me, huh? Blaming it on me. It's okay. I don't take it personal. You know, sometimes we need an outlet. And if today it's me, I am whatever Gotham needs them to be. So if I have to be the Dark Knight for you today, then I'm your Dark Knight. Blame the Batman. Yeah, I love you too. I know. Don't worry. I didn't in no way did I even take it personal. Cuz I'm watching gold. So, you're watching Euro USD, that's on you. Okay. There you go. Look, see? It's a retest. Right now it's hovering around yesterday's close price. So, I mean, it might retest this area. It's not a bad area, I guess. You do have this happening. You have a nice wedge. Eight minutes. 8 minutes, win, lose, or no trade. We'll see what happens. If we walk away without entering, the trade is still valid. If you want to set an order, a limit order for the day, you can. Okay, you can. If you won't be able to watch the charts, maybe you're at school, maybe you're at work, maybe you're with your kids. They are all okay options. Whether you set an order, whether you watch it, whether you enter later, whether you don't enter at all, these are all okay. As long as you have your risk to reward understood and your stop loss and take profits set. Okay? All of these are okay. Just follow your plan. Euro USD. I still find it interesting that you trade at this time. I'm not hating, I just find it interesting. I don't know. Are you? Why? London is like ending. The only thing moving this market right now is really the US dollar. I think this would be a 74 pips. It's too much. Here. I think this would be a better buy. What is your pip range? Like with Euro USD, what is your risk? 10 pips? 20? 30? 50? Like what is your risk tolerance on it? With gold, I try to keep it around 30 to 50 pips. With gold, it's not, I guess you could say it's not a lot, but it's to give it some movement, but keep risk down because gold can move crazy amounts. With Euro USD, what is your pip range? Didn't see your buy there. So this buy I set yesterday with Euro USD, but I see a pretty decent one here with a small risk right here. Where it's at now is not too bad either. I would wait for this. That's just me. Happy birthday. Happy birthday background music. That's a first for me. That's a first. Okay, so you're a bit below me. Let's try this. Royalty-free rock music. I'm growing a small account. I've been risking like 20, 30%. Damn. That's quite a bit. 20, 30%. I have different goals. No, I get it. No, we have the same goals. I just I stopped trying to get there that aggressively. We have the same goals, trust me. I've just learned that I never get there with that aggression. That's just me. I hope you do. I'm just trying to find a different song for the last 2 minutes. Okay, I mean, if that's what works, if that's what's working for you, then go for it. Okay, as long as hey, I'm not knocking it. As long as it works and you have a plan and everything's going good, go for it. So while we close off, the buy zone and the sell zone for gold is still valid. You can still take it. Okay, the buy zone to me has multiple confirmations. I'm just telling you what I think, what I see, what I'm doing. It's on one trend line. It's on yesterday's close price. We have a lot to go by there. It hasn't been retested yet, and I'm still very bullish on gold. So it could definitely still happen. Okay, so watch it, check the charts, set an order if you need to, whatever you choose to do. It's still valid. The sell is still valid also. Remember, the sell is more of a scalp. So if you enter the sell, you're looking for a quick profit, you get in, you get out. The buy is more long term. So maybe let it play out. All right. That's with those two. Okay. They're just dropping news now on oil. So we could see things happen. Happy birthday music, maybe sign something new. Birthing. That's a good way of looking at it. I like that. I like how you always put a positive spin on things. Reminds me of me. It's 2508. Yeah. Price is 2508. Are you pointing that out because of the 8? Oh, look. So I don't want to end the Zoom yet, but if y'all are going to the Zoom or the YouTube, if y'all are going to stick around, I think I might wait another 15 minutes. But if you guys are going to take off, I don't take it personal. Typically from 9:15 till 11 max is what I suggest for everybody. I don't usually go past that. Okay, cool. So we'll just hang out for like another, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes, see what happens. No problem. Thank you for the positivity in the morning. Whoever's here from YouTube land, let us know where you're tuning in from. A lot of us are here from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Canada, eh? Did you end up entering the buy on your Euro USD? Gave me the wrong number. Which number? Which number is the wrong number? Phone number? Which phone number? 6 to 10%. Still high. Like 20 to 30% is wild. 6 to 10 is still high. Right now, that the top trader is still bothered because it's still just barely touching his entry. So he still just missed it. This is what he's looking at. I know if it comes back down, he's not going to enter it. Or I don't think he will. I didn't enter. I'm looking for confirmation at this level. You had confirmation. Look at all these wicks. You had plenty of confirmation. These wicks let you know that you had a... Yeah, okay. That's fine. Like it can still go either way. We never know what it's going to do. Could be searching for more liquidity. Bear's about to eat that. Yep. Probably. We'll see what happens. I know right now he's furious. He's former military, so he won't enter until it hits it. He won't enter till it hits it. I know it, because his people are watching. Because just like myself, he can't claim it a win if it doesn't hit it. If it taps just above, it doesn't count. You have to play honorable. So now he'd be entering if him and his team are entering. So now for sure they're all in and excited and all that. I'm still going to wait. I don't like the way that this is looking. I could be wrong, but like I said at the beginning, when you set out your plan, you have to follow it. And sometimes it's difficult, especially when you have like 10 different channels that you're watching, 10 different traders with different styles, and you're waiting for a buy at a certain price and you're watching them sell all the way to your buy zone, or you're watching them buy all the way to your sell zone, or on the opposite end where you're in the right and you're watching them be wrong, which fuels your ego. But like I said, I'm waiting. I don't like the way that this is looking in terms of like this zone. That's just me. But it could play out either way, because it's also, it would be bouncing off of that trend line. Right now would be their modest. Knowing him, he'd say wait for confirmation, because this is what's called a falling knife. He has enough wicks now, and he would say you can get in if people are going to get in, because he has confirmation now. And the 40 seconds for the 5-minute candle close. After this candle, it'll determine everything for that trade. Remember, we're waiting for the lower one. We're sticking to the plan. This is Euro USD. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see what happens. Because we are not in a trade, because we're not in a trade, and I know that they are, I hope this goes through. Is that a breaker block? No, he doesn't enter on breaker blocks. What's interesting about watching this, though, is it's bittersweet. Because if they lose and then we enter, for me, it's like feeds my ego. Yeah, see, he just wrote big red candle, so you know to wait. So he's waiting for more confirmation. And if he's waiting for more confirmation, that means the price is going to drop down somewhere else. That might be confirmation for him. But yeah, if they lose and then it goes to hours, then for me it's like, hey, yay, I made a good call. But if they are in it, like if he's telling them to wait, I know for sure some of his people are in the trade. I know for sure. I hope they win because I don't like, I don't want people to lose money that they don't have to. But we're not even in the trade, so we're not losing anything by them winning. Now, if we're in the trade on the opposite end, it's like, come on, forget about that. We're winning. He is, we're looking at it here. Yeah, he's probably got them in now. Let me see. There, you know what to do. Wait. Yeah. So he was saying for everybody to either wait or take it. Like if you decide. Him, I know he's in it. That I know. This would be a scalp. This would be a scalp for sure. Okay, let me rephrase that. I don't know for sure. Chances are it would be a scalp. But I know that he does from time to time trail his trade, especially when it's at like all-time highs like this. So like this range up here where I have my sell, this is the all-time high of gold. This whole area that we're in is all-time highs. So if he's in now, which for sure he is, then chances are he'll keep holding it and trailing a stop loss to see if he can catch this. Because if you can catch this and let's say it breaks through, it's just going to shoot up like crazy. If it breaks through this zone and like holds, if it breaks through, closes and holds, it might go up like this, retest, and then take off. So I don't know for a fact, but based off of his style and like what I've learned from him, that's chances are that's what he's going to do. Yeah, so he's in the trade for sure. He confirmed that. And he said, let's see what's up. So we can see if it pumps up a little more, another 10 pips, then he'll have everybody, secure their profits and all that. If you got into a buy at this level and it shot way up, would you hold it for higher close? So I would be trailing it. So if this were myself, like let's say if we had entered it, let's say if we entered here, I'm going to try my best to move my stop loss as it goes up. What is trailing? Okay. I like the question. What is trailing? Let's say we buy and the price is going up. Now we're making crazy money, crazy profits. We want to capture as much of it as possible, but try to still stay in the trade. Okay, so what we're looking to do is secure some profits, but let the trade keep going. So what we would be doing is what's called trailing our stop. So let's pretend that this is our stop loss. When we entered the trade, our stop loss was here. The trade is moving up. It's moving up. We move it to break even, so our entry price. So now if the trade comes down, we break even. So we make 0. Okay. If it continues to go up, we trail the stop. Now, if it comes back down, we don't make all of this, but we make at least this. So we are securing some profits. Let's say if it keeps going up, we keep moving it as it goes. As it goes up, we keep trailing it. And we would be going at it like that. So for my new people, that's what trail stop is. I'd be doing it manually. So that's what I would do. If I got in at a buy at this price, I would try to do that. I know for sure some of his people made some money because they had a decent. Anyone that got in at that modest price, their modest would have been here. That would have been their modest. So anyone that got in at modest, for sure already closed because they were just scalping for a quick 20, 30 pips and they're out. But anyone that got in at aggressive probably didn't make much yet. So we'll see. Or you take modest entry. Yeah. So a bunch of people didn't take it, and some did. Honest trade. Thank you for reminding me. We don't have our wizard. We'll get rid of this. We don't need that. You know, just be like, look, well. Yeah, he's letting all the people that play it safe know that when you have like a big candle drop, so he's talking about this. If it's just dropping quickly, you don't want to just jump into the trade. You want a nice structure. That's why I always say it depends. It depends if things change. Because if the market structure changes, you don't want to be on the bad side of that. Just because we see some like downward candles doesn't mean that that trade, their trade, isn't still valid. Yes, it does suck that it still goes with my initial buy price. Actually, this not yet. So it's like watching woulda, coulda, shoulda, but it's all inner work. That was no longer the plan, so I still have to stick to the plan, and it is what it is. And if I'm right, then he taught me well. This music makes me want to go to like a buffet. A buffet where they have lemon in the water. You know, Mandarin. Mandarin buffet. It's like massage music. Yeah. True. Very true. Whenever and I know you're gonna roast me before I even finish my sentence. Whenever I would go for like a physio massage and stuff, I would always make sure it's a guy doing it. Shut up. Okay, shut up. Because there's no good way out of explaining this. But if you've gone for a massage, an actual massage, okay. Yeah. See, I knew it. You're dying over there. I know for sure. And I'm just gonna explain this, and there's no way of saving this. Okay, I'm too deep in now, and this is even my words aren't helping. So it's just I want to make sure that everything is all the muscles are loose. I'm gonna shut up. So it has to be a guy. It can't be a girl. No, no, no. Nothing I say is gonna save me right now. A buffet, yeah. So I'm gonna totally change the conversation now. I'm gonna go with the buffet conversation. So as a team, we do team outings too. Our presence in Toronto isn't as big as it was before, years ago. But when we have a group, so like whenever we travel to places where our team is, or we meet up as a group, we go out. So definitely, yes. So let's do it as a team. Japan has women who give a tough massage. Don't be fooled. I would love to experience that. If it's one of those ones where they like step on your back, I would love to experience that personally. But that's why I choose a guy, because I would be going regularly when I was working construction. So so uh, so obviously like my back is all tense and everything. So I'm like, I just want to make sure that everything is taken care of. It has to be a guy. It also, so that's on the one side. Okay, on the other side, if I'm in a relationship, I don't, or like respectfully, I don't want some other female touching me. That's just me. I personally wouldn't feel comfortable. I wouldn't feel comfortable at that idea, because if it was the other way around, I wouldn't feel comfortable. That's just me. Close. He gets close to it, to the upper part, not the lower part. Gets close. I'm not gonna lie though. It's that first time that makes you nervous. I remember the first time he's like, going down my lower back, and I'm like, you're going a little too far. Just the lower part of the back. Lower part of the back, and then before cheeks even start. The alien is just for fun when we're in the trade, to like kind of pump it up. I understand about a guy practitioner. On time, I was put with a guy in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I was one of It was one of those days rolling around on the mat. I'm going to guess. I'm going to guess he was very excited to jujitsu you. If we're on the same page, right? Like he's jujitsuing you with an extra limb. I'm guessing. So yeah, that's the alien comes out when we're in the trade to like pump it up and make it more exciting. For the massage thing, that's why I would choose a guy, and out of respect, the relationship. That's just me. Now, if I'm single, then I guess then it's whatever. Now, if now keep in mind that was for physio. So like I went to chiropractor. It's all in the same place. Chiropractor and physio massage. So I wanted to make sure that like everything's being worked out properly. Now, if I was going for just, let's say, like a regular, like aromatherapy massage, like with massage oils, like went for that like meditation, relaxation sort of massage. If I'm going for that, then you know I don't know, and it's whatever. Who cares what it is? I wanted someone with muscles. Like I said, there's no way out of the conversation. It's just it is what it is. At least I gave y'all a good laugh. I almost forgot to record my stories now that the wizard's out. Oh, hold on. Let's check out your Euro USD. Practitioner. Is that what the jujitsu guy had before your session? Did he have too much pumpkin seeds? Is that what the issue was? And I didn't know that about pumpkin seeds. I knew that pumpkin seeds were good for like parasites and protein. Aggressive buy where? This is an aggressive buy here. Like, are you entering right now? Is that what you're doing? See, so they're up, so that's good. So they for sure, whoever got into their modest is up 30 pips, 20, 30 pips, not entering yet. I'm big into natural remedies also. I always prefer to take the natural route when possible. So I know for sure in that case, we have mainly pure bloods on today's session. I'm entering them wicks. Need to see support. Cool. Which time frame are you watching? $5-minute? Okay. Just give me 1 second. Let me get my charger from my iPad. 1 second. My zone marked is perfect. Yeah, sounds like me. So, because I don't really watch Euro USD, so I just mark that out for practice. What makes it perfect? The pumpkin seeds. Share it in the YouTube. It's all fair game in the YouTube. in the YouTube chat. That's where price would ideally go to take out sell liquidity. Yes, exactly. Well, then I'm glad I see things properly on Euro USD. All right. Well, thank you for joining us. I'm going to be ending this soon anyway. And thank you for staying longer than we normally. Thank you for staying with us longer. We're normally done at like 11, just hanging out. So thank you for that. Have an awesome rest of your day and keep smiling. Don't let anyone piss you off. And I'm sorry we couldn't get any trades, but that's just how it goes sometimes. But you can watch the charts and, you know, just for fun, and enjoy the rest of your day. And hope your son's okay. Hope he's doing better. Or where would we see price? Or we would see price. If you see me struggling reading what you write, it's not you. It's this stupid heart. This like, you know, to like comments and stuff. It's in my way. Price, show. So give me space. There. Or where we would see price show be bearish. Okay. Yeah, that's why. Let me show you what it looks like. I'm gonna send a picture in the chat. Make sure don't miss this. Here. So it looks like this. That's why I was struggling. So anything that shows up there, it's always in my way. Did you enter your buy, or were you waiting for same price range? Same price range that I marked out. Yeah. What I'm doing, I won't enter unless we hit the same zone to bounce. Okay. It'll probably happen soon because this purple line here is yesterday's close price. So notice it's hovering around it. It's probably just collecting orders. It's collecting orders before it decides. Might test here and then take off. Okay, that's fair. I see. Kind of taken. All right. Well, I'm gonna close the Zoom, go make breakfast, lunch, whatever you want to call it. Move on with the day. I'll still be watching the chart for a possible entry. I'm still confident in my zone. Sometimes it's just how it goes. And we'll see. I hope that your Euro USD hits, and I hope you're able to enter. Let's see. Yeah, I hope it hits. So good luck with that. And other than that, have an awesome day. Thank you for joining me today. And I'll see you in the chats. No problem. Let me know if it does hit so I can celebrate you. Let me know. Drop it in the free chat so that everybody can see that, like, you know, people are making, they don't have to just watch gold. All right. So once again, thank you. Awesome rest of your day. Keep smiling. Don't let anyone piss you off.